Hello everyone, Murray the Pie Man here to play a little Star Trek Online. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not dropping Wing Commander or Dark Forces. I'm throwing a third game into the mix because why not? I'm doing so well keeping two running. In truth, this is a game I play a lot, and so I reckon if I actually have this in as a playthrough, it'll be something I can keep running for a long time. So it's something that can go on kind of in the background of everything else, and also it can hopefully just show you something I play a lot. I might occasionally show you. As you can see, I've done a lot of alts on this. I get a bit of altitis now and again. But there's a Delta recruitment event running at the moment, and I thought that might be a worthwhile thing to look at. So in a bit we will jump to the character creation screen. In this video I'm hopefully going to go through the character creation and with any luck some of the tutorial, but we'll see how we get to. I might throw a break in the middle depending on time, but we will do that just shortly. So here we are in the character selection, and we can pick factions. The game technically has, well, you can see there are 6 factions. I'd call it 3.5. So what we have here, we have the Klingons, Starfleet, and the Romulan Republic. Now the interesting thing, the game was built very much on a red versus blue idea, so it was Klingons versus Federation. The downside being, so the Romulan, everyone kind of maps into them to a certain extent. The idea being that when you pick either a Romulan Republic or a Dominion, at a certain point you'll be asked to ally with either the Klingons or the Federation. It doesn't make a huge difference. It's generally about the duty officer missions and a few other small things that you get. But otherwise the game plays through roughly the same way. Well, actually as a Dominion character you can then play through kind of the early Federation or Klingon missions. I can't remember. We will actually find that out because my plan is to make a Romulan character. We've got a Delta recruitment event, so we get some special extra bonus gubbins if we pick one of the main factions. I was actually originally going to do a TOS Starfleet, the Discovery Starfleet. As you can see, it's quite nice. That changes the LCARS interface and that sort of thing. The Discovery one, the intro is roughly the same as normal Starfleet, and I've actually been through that quite a few times, so I was going to give that a rest. There's Dominion, and again, that runs a bit weird. So the Dominion character will actually come in at fully up at level 60, and you do the Gamma Quadrant missions first, and everything else is meant to be a simulation up until you get past the Gamma Quadrant missions, which is a bit strange. Wasn't actually keen on it. I've not really any desire to make one now. TOS Starfleet was where I was going to go originally. Oh, change of music. I've not actually noticed that before. Yeah, sorry, pause for music. Oh, they go much to the older theme tune because they changed the theme tune for the Gamma Quadrant, or it could just be when I changed. Yeah, so TOS Starfleet was where I was going to start. It's got quite a cool intro and kind of ties into temporal agent stuff, and if I ever do that for, if there's a temporal event, I might even just record those missions separately, and indeed at some point I'll probably try to take you through everything again. I would have done a Klingon, but I recently started one during their Klingon recruitment event, so I've kind of just been through that. I've got an early run Klingon. There's of course a regular Starfleet, but where I'm going is the Romulan Republic. So in this game's history, we are in 2409, quite a few years after even Star Trek Picard. There's been a breakdown in relations between the Federation and the Klingons, and they are at a set of at least hostility. Now, after the destruction of the planet Hobus, which has been documented in various things, or well, the destruction of Romulus, basically this fledgling Romulan Republic has formed. There's been kind of a shattering. There is still a Romulan Star Empire, but there are other factions. And this one actually is still probably one of my favourite intros to the game, is go through the Romulan one. So there we go. The Romulan Republic formed a space-going fleet in the aftermath of the destruction of their homeworld. Initially tasked with the defence, the Republic fleet has turned its attention outward in an effort to establish a new homeworld. Your story begins as a survivor of the Hobus supernova on a remote colony in the outer rim of the former empire. So that's our faction selection. So we can become a Romulan, a Riemann or an alien, what I would call bumpy head design. Now actually, I've never made a Riemann before, so you can be male or female. There he is, ooh, grumpy guy there. But I'm actually going with, trying to think of the balance of, yeah, I think I will actually go with a female Riemann. I'm trying to think of Riemann names now. So you can see again, Romulan, obviously Romulans are a humanoid race descended from Vulcans. On its base in the planet Romulus. Romulans controlling the stellar empire that reached across the Alpha Quadrant. Although it lost a great deal of destruction, it's still formidable. Romulans are known as passionate and easily moved to extreme emotions. Their disdain for other species often leads there. They're recognised by their pointed ears, and some of the Romulans have cranial ridges above. They have an alien, so that's just a world that was welcomed alien race. So you can, that's like I say, it's got quite a lot of options. And Riemann's a slave labour caste. The Riemann of the Romulans, since at least the 22nd century, the Riemanns were used as Romulan shock troops. Remus was a tidally locked planet. This is a twin to Romulus. Because Romulans lived in the dark side of the world, they're extremely sensitive to light. After Remus was destroyed in 2387, most Riemanns settled in harsh worlds with mineral resources or abandoned space stations where they could be free of Romulan influence. Most of them have some telepathic abilities. They're recognised by their ridged heads, without hair, deep-set eyes, and bat-like pointed ears. They have small fangs and pale grey mottled skin. Now we get to pick a faction. So engineering, you support your ship and crew by increasing their survivability using technology. They tend to, they're actually quite good. I do like an engineer. They've got a lot of turrets, but I'm not going that. Science, you're using your skills and knowledge to support your ship and incapacity. They're very much your support class. And tactical, which is where I'm going, you can defend your ship and take command of combat scenarios. Stealth, squad commands, so they've got much more tactical things like that, so we'll go with this. Now, just got to wait again, I don't think, yep. So, we get some preset appearances, so like I say, again, now there is a lot of detail they can actually put in, but the preset's a good place to start, so I think I'm going to go something along that line, but we can then go with the head. So there are no hair options in this. Colouring, again, you've got a colour band, so I can make her more bluish or kind of greeny grey. So I'm actually going to go down this end of the grey complexion. And again, your eye colours, don't have much in the way of eye colour, that's for the white bit, but I'm actually going to go with that. Not much you can see there. So that's now. We do actually get some work. I think yes. So there are advanced things on the head. So, for example, we've got a top hat. I will not be putting a Riemann in a top hat, fun as it would be. You do have some generic head shapes. So yeah, I could make her. I'm kind of making her a bit pretty, but yeah, I think actually I might. Yeah. So you see, you can really play up or down the features there. Sadly, there isn't too much variation in there, so let's stick with Riemann 1 for the moment. And again, there's our skin types. I can actually change this colour as well, so in fact, if I wanted to go for more of the blue, or darken it down a bit. And again, there are a limited number of options in this. Okay, we'll go for this. You can put on some details, so again, extra ridges, extra bumpy heads. I'm going to ridge this thing up a little. And again, how intense do you want them? Yeah, I think quite intense ridges. We all like a nice intense ridge. So eyes, you can just shrink the iris or narrow them. So I think I'm actually going with a small iris. Again, they're dark side people, so. Ears. So again, we have a selection of different pointy ears. I'm going with a full Riemann. Actually, maybe not. That does look a bit like she's cosplaying. Let's go with that. Pointed 7. A bit more bat-like. eyebrows. No. Fun as it would be, I think we're making her a bit cursed. And again, there are some extras that we can add. Ooh, that's actually kind of neat. Kind of like that actually, for all that I've made an eye colour. Let's see what options we've got on this thing. Not quite sure we'll change the colour off here, but again, this is quite often what you end up doing. One of the things, so it is known amongst fans of the game as Space Barbie, and most people consider this the true end game of Star Trek Online. Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah, I actually think. You see, what I do like coming up with backstories for the characters that I make up. So I think that's just the other blue shade. So yeah, that's kind of cool. She's got kind of a cybernetic thing going. Yep, I'm sticking with that. You can again give them a hood, or again a tiny top hat. I'm going to go with the hood for the moment actually, and again this is where I start deciding on costume colours. Again, you are limited somewhat with the palette for things, but I do like a bit of purple. So again, we'll set some. Try to keep the colours muted, keep it within the Riemann theme. I do like the two-tone effect on that. That's nice. And you can do things with this. I can give her a giant head, not giant but slightly bigger, and you can indeed, again if I wanted her to have a narrower face, which actually yeah. Again, so this is useful when you are making the slightly more alien characters. You can tweak that, you can change cranium slope, but again we've got this hood on, so I think that's actually there again. I can alter cheekbones a bit. One of the things, yes, there's one of the things that I nearly missed. You can put a tattoo or a scar or something on. I don't know where the basilisk tattoo is. So again, I'm maybe going. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's not much. Could try and move it on to. Yeah, no, giving her just extra nostrils. That we can. It looks like she's been bitten by a basilisk, I'm guessing. You know what, no, I'm not going to have that. I thought there'd have more options for that. Again, you do get a selection of scars and that sort of thing in the other character creations. Like I say, you can do a lot of things with them. I'm not going to do too much. I'm just changing her a bit from the more generic one. Giving her a bit more of a protruding nose, I think. Bigger nostrils, smaller nostrils. So yeah, you can do a lot. You can make her a bit more smiley. But there we go. So now we're on to the body. Now again, you can do this basic. There are stances, so there's your feminine, standard, feminine, a brawler one. I'm not quite sure how seductive that is, but relaxed actually. I'll keep her height there, but again, you've got a lot of body options here, so again we can give her a bulkier neck. I'm actually going to bulk out her torso a bit. She's going to be a bit heftier, she's a wee bit. Again, yes, you can, if you are curious, yes, you can change the bust size. Hey, aren't we all children? Hee hee. The general size of the chest. So, yeah, she's actually quite a bit of heft to her already. bulk a bit of that. Make her look like she can maybe win a fight. She's a tactical officer after all. Simmer down a bit. So yeah, she's... this will look hopefully less cursed as we bulk up her arms a bit. She's going to be someone who can... She's a tactical officer, she's going to have to be able to take people on a bit. I'll keep those things. Again, there's a bit of length in the leg, a bit more bulk in the legs. Maybe slightly bigger feet. Although we are kind of... Maybe I'll take that lower leg bulk down a wee bit. There. Make her look a bit less like she's not got weird feet. So yeah, and again, now this is of course the bit part everyone loves. Again, there are presets for the uniform. Now in this is interesting, we're actually going to get to do this a couple of times because there are a couple of things. You can have them in a jacket or a vest. I'll see what the jacket options are, and again, now this is at the moment, obviously I've got a few things that I have managed to unlock. There are a number of options, including that. I'm actually tempted to take this one. This one is from... I will muck about with this a bit, but one of the light things I like is it does keep your previously used colours here, so I can hopefully get something like... That's what that's covered. I can have a wee bit of contrast on it. White never looks that good. You might guess I'm not particularly good at colour coordination or the like. Hoping that hood can look a bit part, but yeah, that's her kind of trendy biker jacket. So that's actually, again, that was one of the things that's based on 7 of 9's jacket. I'll keep her hands bare, although again you can give her gloves. We won't do that at the moment. You can give her a wee sash thing, but that's clipping through far too much to include. And you can put on some weird wrist attachments, so there are things like these, or kind of cuff. Again, let's have a look at that. It's not liking this jacket, if I'm honest, so I'm probably going to put none on both of those. In fact, yeah, I'm just tempted to put the wee Intel computer panel on. I do quite like that. Just, you have a small wrist-mounted computer. Who'd have thought it? No one would have that sort of thing these days. But yes, one of the things with the Romulan is you start off as a civilian. So we do put on civilian things. Again, I could put a scarf on, but it clips through rather too much. Again, there would be a vest option. So we also have tight, loose, tucked high when it's going into boots, tucked low, and there are skirt options. I'm going to go with the tight for the moment. And again, we have some various boot options. I'm probably going to use quite a lot of this 7 of 9 outfit. I'm going to stick with those boots, and yeah, try to get the dark blue in those again. That almost looks like she's wearing jeans. So go into the there's that stripe there. A bit of detail. She's got an outfit and a belt, and again I could just put the civilian one on. I could put some fabric with tassels. Can't really see the form on it. In fact, I'm going to go with the tassels. Maybe not actually, I think I'll just go with the none. having second thoughts with this again. You might get this sped up. Or I suppose I keep my civilian 23.99 and I get rid of the hood. I suppose we'll go with that. Yeah. So I now have to come up with a backstory and a name. Right, this is where you find out that I should be allowed to name characters in fiction. So what name speaks to my creative things? Oh wait, let's put an H in there. Drakhara. I know she is just now her ship, her first ship. You won't believe it, but I do actually have a little file with a whole list of ship names which I like to use. So do bear with me while I look up my list of spaceship names. My handy Google Doc, if I can find it. Oh, I just started Google Duo on my phone. No one wants Google Duo. So yeah, when I see good ship names in fiction and the like, I quite often will put them into a little file to keep them for later for use in Star Trek Online. So I'm actually going to go, I can't actually remember who this one comes from, but that's quite a name, and I will just take it off my list, the idea being that I don't tend to reuse names, but and I will come up with a quick backstory. Again, there is an option, it usually gives you an option to type it in the name, but at the moment we will hit engage. I may come up with a backstory later off camera so you don't have to watch me inventing it. Let's hope I don't skip the tutorial here. Yes, I'd like to play the tutorial and make a Delta recruit.
What we knew is gone. Our home, our lives, all that we were. Dust. Blasted across empty, heartless skies. But we live. Our legacy lives. Within every ship we fly. Upon every world we touch. In our hearts. In yours. There will be challenge. You will know fear. But you will overcome. You will survive. And answer vengeance with blood. You will do as you must. Rule cannot be handed to the faithless. Our legacy cannot be lost to villains. Bury the past to face the future. In enemies, find allies. There is no price we have not paid, no loss we have not felt. Our dead world, our long suffering, these are not ends. We are not ended.
For your crew, for your people, for this new home. We must face all doubt. We must break the strong who would destroy us and overcome the impossible. We must fight against any and all. We must. We will. For we are Romulan.
Oh, sorry, 2410.
This is the point we have pinpointed in your timeline, sir. This is when you go back and give yourself this.
So this is part of the
You
Delta.
will know what to
recruit
say. You've already heard yourself say it. Even if it is not exactly right, the time stream will work it out. Just make sure that you give yourself this. It is our best hope for the future of the galaxy. You will return to this exact point in time as soon as you have done what you need to do. The galaxy still needs you, Admiral. Ready?
Ah, there we go. It is one of my gripes. The whole game has taken place
The
over
youngest
about
of our
2
kind
years.
rely on stories to know what our people were like before.
Seems
Strong,
a bit much where you
secretive,
end up.
warlike. We were feared. We were powerful. Then, everything changed. 22 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion traveled through subspace to hit Romulus and Remus, our homeworlds. No one could have predicted that would happen, and no one could have stopped it. Millions died. Those who survived were scattered across dozens of worlds. One day we were citizens of one of the greatest powers of the galaxy. The next, we were just trying to survive. Every day was a struggle if you weren't part of the militant and oppressive Tal Shiar, or ruling
Sela,
everything from on high like
Tasha's
Empress Sela.
daughter.
For ordinary Romulans, military victories don't mean much when you're hungry. Life goes on. The Klingons and Starfleet are at one another's throats, but battles light years away don't affect us much. The Tal Shiar are the more immediate threat. They're rebuilding the Empire by force, and pressing anyone they think can help into service. But even they don't seem to know we're here. We've put down roots and found friends. Today we'll celebrate what we've created. With hard work and some good fortune, true Romulans will once again rise to be a power in the galaxy. The first step on that path begins here.
Now the downside is we will have all the tutorial stuff happening here, but I think we can cope with that, hey? So yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll take us through the tutorial. So here we are. Again, I can roam around.
Your current tasks will be displayed here.
Thank you. There's other members of... Oh, no, they have changed this a bit. Again, I've not played through this intro in a while, but they do seem to
To
make
move, use the WA.
some changes, because that's definitely someone who's not... you know, these are all NPCs. Again, one of the things with this game is it's an online multiplayer, but most people play it... a lot of people play it absolutely solo.
There you are. The security chief was looking for you earlier. She said there's trouble at the Vineyard.
Oh no!
Avrak's been filing reports all night about Kellids chewing at the vines. He's really worked up.
Oh, bloody trouble at Vineyard.
Something must have annoyed them. It's not typical Kellid behavior. With the big celebration tonight, I think everyone's a little overexcited. Even the bugs. You should listen to one of Avrak's messages before you head out there.
I'll look into it.
Interactable items have a glow.
So yeah, here's our... Maybe we are on a group area. They made this a communal area. They might have. Oh, 3 messages from Avrak. Right, let's go now.
Please tell me you'll help me.
No.
Kellids are in the vineyard chewing through the irrigation pipes, and everyone says they're too busy getting ready for the big party to come and do something about
You
it.
sound like a
There
pain.
won't be any party if everyone's knee-deep in water by nightfall. Get over here and help me fix this.
Say please. Let's go for a second.
When are you coming over here?
I was sleeping.
This is getting ridiculous. Nobody appreciates me around here. No one. They think these crops just grow without any help from anyone. Tending these vines is a lot of work. No one says thank you. No one pats me in the back. They just keep asking for more. God, look, just get over here and take care of the Kelloggs, all right?
Sir, this
And
is a
maybe say
Wendy's.
thank you for all the work I do to keep these vineyards in shape.
Should we go? Let's go with third message.
It's me again. Ignore the other message I sent. I lost my temper. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why you're
sleeping.
not here yet. I really could use your help, though. These Kelloggs are chewing through everything, and they won't stop. And no one here is even trying to help. They just keep bouncing me to other people. First to Tovan, then to Navala, then to you. What's next? Should I ask one of the kids?
Maybe.
Just please come here soon. Thanks.
Let's go back to Tovan with his iPad.
If the Kelloggs are chewing up the vineyard, we should probably grab a pistol, just in case. I'd join you, but the chief has me looking into some
But I don't
odd
want
comm
to.
chatter we picked up yesterday.
He's an absolute pain.
We'll have to catch up later.
I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm going to try and
Your
read the
mini-map
lines.
shows you where your objectives are.
Thank you. So, yep. I'm going to zoom out a little on the map, but I'm guessing that glowy thing is going to be our weapons.
Your plasma beam pistol has been automatically equipped. You can practice on the nearby bottles. Select a bottle and then right-click.
So, let's see. How are you?
Press H to holster and...
Yeah, I've got to wait for the red alert to clear first, though. We keep spinning bottles in for someone to shoot them. So, yeah, our pistol is now in our hip.
To sprint, tap the shift key while moving.
So we're going to the farm, so let's run through the I don't know if we should rush. Let's appreciate the scene. I mean, it is actually really nicely built scenery. You've got these windmills running, you've got lots of people going, you've got chat going on. Again, the game used to not be voiced. They have actually done a lot in putting in voice. This was part of the Legacy of Romulus expansion, and they really did do a lot of work. Look, see, there's someone I can talk to here. Keeper of Lore, she'll just give you...
Hey there, ready for the big festival? Working hard? Or maybe you have time to listen to a story or two?
Investigating an issue with Kelloggs at Avrak Farm.
Avrak! You're in for a fun day. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him. Anyway, do you want to hear any stories? Viranat was a colony world. It used to be a big agricultural planet, growing food for the Empire. After Romulus was destroyed, thousands upon thousands of people flooded the planet. The old cities couldn't hold them all, and they were scared. They started fighting amongst themselves. One night, the cities burned. Most of the survivors left. A few hung on, scrapping old ships and using them as building materials. That's how the Maori found them, about 10 years ago. The Maori was the commander of an old warbird. Navala was his first officer, and Devex the chief engineer. They were wandering the sector, trying to find a new home. When they found Viranat, they decided to stay. Devex kept the old warbird functional, and he used it to make supply runs and bring back other Romulans who needed a home. Navala put herself in charge of security, and the Maori. He runs the whole colony now. Devex met Tovan Kev in a mining colony a few years back. I think it was 4 years ago. But then again, I didn't come here until 2 years ago, so this is not just information I've heard about secondhand. I actually have a question for you, if you don't want to hear another story first.
What is it?
When did you arrive here? I know we only have a few hundred people
we're
living
setting
here,
our own
but
backstop.
so
This is
many
new.
come and go that it's hard to keep track. I'm recording the stories of all the people that live here, you see. And I would love to start yours off with your arrival. Who knows? It could be something that becomes historical in a few years.
Yeah, I'm going with someone who's only just who's not been here too long.
Barely a year. That's right. You're one of the newer folk. And you're already a security guard. Lucky you. We should definitely talk more about this over drinks tonight.
Oh yeah, we're preparing for a vessel. So yeah, that was us again. It's I will create a backstory for this, but I hopefully won't let you sit and watch me type it. I mean, I could do it now again if you look through some of the controls. We've got that there, and I can put in a biography. But yeah, so if I put in edit, I can put the biography. Like I say, I will. At some point, you will see the biography. I will read it out to you, but I will make that up at a later date. There's Devex that is spoken about, but we are trying to head to talk to this annoying chap on his phone. Oh, okay.
Finally? I mean, which message... never mind that either. It's chaos here. I need some help. Normally we collect nectar from the local kelid insects. Something has driven them into a frenzy. They're chewing on our irrigation system and flooding the vineyard. Excellent, excellent. The broken pipes are obvious. They're the ones spraying water everywhere. Kellet shouldn't give you too much trouble. A few bursts from your pistol will take care of them.
I'll handle it. Sorry, I didn't read the lines there. Line. Oh, yeah, there's a kelid. Whoops. Fell down the stairs. Yeah, because I'm here plumbing. Action plumbing.
Interactions can be interrupted.
I'll try keeping the pugs away from you, but you know, you could do something yourself. Nice way to get you used to the basics of the game, though. Where buttons are placed and that sort of thing. So this might be quite a long video because I think I'm going to go through the whole tutorial for you. I've not fixed all the pipes yet. Arvik, I was bored, couldn't be bothered doing all of them.
Flooding has stopped, but if those kellids come back, they'll just break the pipes again. Something's making the insects go crazy. With bugs this size, that's a real problem. And Avala might be able to help if she's not goofing off again. She knows all about kellids. She's normally down by the greenhouse this time of day. Tell her to stop being lazy and keep these critters contained.
I'll find out what Navala knows.
Good idea. Talk to Navala.
You just said to do that.
But she's just lounging around right now, not even thinking about all the damage being done to my vineyard. No one around here wants to put in a good day's work. Well, except for you.
Flash behavior. Right, I'll get going. You carry on doing your shouting at people. Right, so. Look, I can actually bring up the map. So yeah, I'm wanting to go down along here. I'll holster my pistol again. Let's not go wandering about with the gun out. Up. Who's this guy in a spacesuit? A couple of people in spacesuits. Ah.
Just in time. Did you talk with Avrak?
Yeah, I did.
He said that I'm what?
Yeah, he said you're lazy. Yeah.
That I've been... Ugh.
Yeah, he hates you.
He's just trying to make me look bad so he can get a promotion. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Let me tell you what's actually happening.
Okay.
The kellids are going crazy. I've been working all day to keep them out of the residential areas. This aggressive behavior is new, and we need to figure out what's causing it. That means gathering samples from some of these creatures.
I don't like the sound of this. Fine, I'll see what I can find. This means phaser them.
Enemies have a chance to drop items.
So
An item has dropped for you. Move.
Oh, that was good. I didn't think I thought we'd have to do more of that. That's handy.
This metal has some kind of fungus growing on it that's similar to the spores we found on some of the kelid carapaces. It might explain their behavior, but how are they getting infected in the first place? Also, the flying kelids have never come out of the cavern before.
Flying Kelids are a good band.
This is so strange.
Wow, very good.
You're right.
Sorry, I didn't read my
The
line
source
again.
of the
Something
infection
happening in the
could be
cabin.
somewhere inside the cavern. Head over there and see if you can find out what's aggravating the nest. And be careful.
Oh, be careful. No, they actually attacked me. No, I seem to be able to. So I ran in and shot them for no reason.
Enemy targets on sensors.
So the big flying ones will attack me. Oh, that's the nest there. We're in a hive. I do like this. I mean, the glowing. I think they have tweaked this a bit, made it look a bit nicer. So this is like heavy beekeeping. You know, we get the nectar from them, but you know, unlike normal beekeepers, because these insects are like the size of puppies, it's a much bigger hive. Ooh. What the? Hey, there's a thing. That's not a Kellid. Yeah, I've only just seen them, but I assure you that's not a Kellid. Don't know if I meant to shoot all these things, but will they attack me?
Enemy targets on sensors.
Yeah, let's clean up the hive a little. Let's go poke this strange machine. Yeah, I'm sure it won't be like poking a Prothean beacon or anything.
A strange machine and some weird drone things?
I shot lots of them.
That is troubling. Someone's been in there. We'll have to let the Maori know about this. It's good you disabled the device, though. Maybe now the Kellids will calm down. I took a look at those biological samples while you were gone, but I can't do much more than a basic tricorder scan. It's just not my area. Devex might be able to help. He was an engineer in the Romulan military before the homeworld was destroyed. Now he's helping us with our water supply and anything else that takes more specialized knowledge. You should talk to him.
Let's go talk to the Dex. We've technically finished a mission, so there's a thing. And in fact, yes, I'm going to stop this one here. I know it's not been particularly exciting, it's been farming and beekeeping, but hopefully it will get more exciting as we go. And yes, I will put in another one of these again. I'm going to record a couple of these in a row, hopefully get everything through the tutorial, because I need to get the Delta Alliance thing done if nothing else. But yes, I'll be back in a bit. I don't know when this is coming in, if I'll have shown another Wing Commander or Dark Forces before this or not. But if not, there will be more Star Trek Online, more Wing Commander, more Dark Forces. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I always like to thank you for your opinion. If you want to comment on this, please put like and subscribe, put comments in the comments bit. And if you want to talk to me on Twitter, I am at Pieman70. That's capital P, capital M, and 70, all one word. So once again, I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back for more of this or more of any of the other games I'm playing. But until then, bye for now.